They've played Professor X, which you think is fine. Do we get enough power? Oh, we're not going to be able to destroy anything because of the Professor X. Of course. But I think Devil Dinosaur gets us the win, no problems. It was very smart. The old Hobgoblin Professor X play. So we do lose that left location, but completely fine because we win all the others. Hey everyone, it's ShadowDTV coming at you with another Pool 1 Marvel Snap deck. This is a competitive destroy deck that you can use right now. You can win tons of games on ladder, guys. So let's get straight into the deck list. The deck list will be in the description below. So you can copy and paste this directly into your game. So you can start playing with this deck right now. Let me know in the comment section how you've been playing the deck, if you're finding success with it. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. 86% of you are not subscribed here. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's free. It takes nothing. I really appreciate it. And hit the thumbs up if you haven't, if you enjoy the video and if you haven't already. Guys, let's get straight into it. Okay, so the Destroy deck. Now, the Destroy deck is great because as you level up, as you get to Pool 2 and Pool 3, you can add cards to this deck. So essentially, the power of the deck just gets better and better as you level up your collection. But this deck right here is completely viable. You can play this on ladder. You're going to be doing fine. Some important additions to the Destroy deck is a Devil Dinosaur. Now, obviously, Devil Dinosaur isn't a Destroy card. It doesn't synergize with Destroy cards, but it gets +2 power for each card in hand. And generally, we're going to have a few cards in hand. Moon Girl is going to allow us to duplicate our hand and fill it. So we can generally get Devil Dinosaur to some big numbers and potentially even play a Devil Dinosaur on turn 5 and 6. But around that, we're going to be destroying cards, getting buffs. So we'll go through our destroy cards. Nova, when this is destroyed, our cards get +1 power. We generally want to destroy Nova later in the game when we've played some cards. Of course, Angela, we can buff Angela with our 1-cost cards. Carnage, destroy your other cards here, +2 power for each destroyed. So we don't want to be destroying anything with big power from Carnage, but we're happy to destroy things like Squirrel Girls, Nova, even these like an Electra. We're getting +2 power. So these 1 power cards, we're happy, we're fine with destroying those, as Carnage will get to some big numbers. Sorry, back to our destroy cards. Deathlock, on reveal, destroys the other cards at our location. So generally we want to be destroying Nova with Deathlock. We don't get any power buffs with Deathlock, so we don't want to be destroying anything with good power numbers. So it's very, you got to be very careful with your Deathlock placement, but you'll see that in our gameplay. And then if we go through the other cards, we have Ant-Man, great ongoing card. We can get Ant-Man to 4 power if we fill the location. Electra can destroy a random 1-cost card from our enemy's side at the location. We've got Angela, of course, just a great overall card. We're going to be buffing Angela to some big numbers. Cable will put the bottom card of our opponent's deck into our hand. So this is going to be helping to buff our dinosaur. And we've got Bishop. We can play Bishop at any location, and he will get +1 power every time we play a card. So thanks to things like Moon Girl, we can get a ton of 1-cost cards in our hand and play a bunch of them. Get Bishop to some good numbers. But of course, our big finish is generally going to be a Devil Dinosaur. As we level up our collection, there are some better finishes that we can use that take advantage of the destroy mechanic. But for now, Devil Dinosaur is probably one of the best cards in Pool 1. We're definitely going to utilize him for sure. Alright guys, let's get into some games. This destroy deck is a ton of fun. And the great thing about it is as you level up your collection, you just get to add more cards to it. So I really feel like you can grow with the destroy deck. I have a great friend who literally just plays destroy all the time. He loves it to death. Great archetype, and I really enjoy it. So let's get into it. Now, we might want to save Ant-Man for Angela. I think it would be silly to play Ant-Man now when we can get a fantastic Angela buff. Iceman has turned our Angela into a 3-cost, which is a little bit sad, I must admit. I think we'll play a Sentinel over here on the right. Oscorp, our cards swap after turn 3, so we don't want to play anything there yet. Opponent is going to give us a Sunspot. That's interesting, but thank you, opponent. Unless they maybe they play like a Scarlet Witch on turn 3. That would make a lot of sense. Now we can finally play Angela. This is an interesting one. Or we could play maybe a Sentinel and an Ant-Man. We could destroy them with Carnage. Ooh, it's a bit of an iffy play. Not entirely sure what else we were going to do there. Because an Angela at Hulla could potentially die. And Oscorp Tower, we don't want to play anything there either. Their opponent's giving us a sunspot, which is interesting. Maybe they misread the location. Very possible. The sunspot goes to 3 power, and then our opponent gives us the sunspot. Thank you. Okay, 4 energy. What do we want to do here? Carnage will get to 2, 4, 5, which is not great. That's pretty much what they've already got there. We could destroy Iceman eventually at the end of the game with Electra. Maybe we start fighting for this left location. Definitely something we could do. Play like an Angela and an Electra. Although, this is really tough, guys. I kind of want to play stuff in the middle, but it's very risky. These probably get destroyed unless we do this. Maybe that's enough. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. That's okay. So we're going to destroy their Scorpion, which is great. Their Scorpion goes bye-byes. They've played an Angela and a Nightcrawler, so they're going to buff that Angela. It's very possible we're playing a bot. We've got this cool Inkify there. It is very, very possible. Now we can go Devil Dinosaur over here on the... maybe on the left here. What would it be? What would be our play to finish? Maybe we'll play Devil Dino over here. They've moved the Nightcrawler. They've played a Hobgoblin. That is a fantastic play, to be honest. They buff their Angela and give us a -8. Our opponent has also snapped, which is pretty bold of them. This is very interesting. What is our play here? We actually don't have a ton, to be honest. We probably can't win that left location at all. How do we get the most power over here on the right? We probably have to play Moon Girl and Sentinel. I think that's going to be... yeah, that's going to give us the most power. We're not going to destroy anything. I mean, we could potentially play a Deathlock over here, which would destroy these things. Play like a Deathlock and could play Carnage, actually. He's going to get to 2, 5 power. And then we could also play like a Moon Girl, because I think we actually win this right location. I actually think that's the way to go. We're going to snap as well. I'm feeling pretty good here, actually, about this. They've played Professor X, which you think is fine. Do we get enough power? Oh, we're not going to be able to destroy anything because of the Professor X, of course. But I think Devil Dinosaur gets us the win, no problems. It was very smart, the old Hobgoblin Professor X play. So we do lose that left location, but completely fine because we win all the others. That is fantastic. Let's get straight into another game with the Destroy deck. We actually tried to utilize the Destroy there. As you saw, it's great for trying to destroy those goblins and hobgoblins that give you negative power. So very, very cool there. Unfortunately, we couldn't because of that Professor X. But when it does work, it works pretty well. Mindscape, we're going to be swapping hands at the start of our turns. Let's play Ant-Man over there on the left. Should be able to fill that location with things like Sentinel. Okay, we get Jotunheim. That's not great. Okay, so we get Angela now. Maybe we play Angela over here. We can buff Angela with like Sentinel and Squirrel Girl. Okay, play Sentinel for us, which is fine. We're okay with that. We just get another one back in hand. The Hobgoblin. That's really unfortunate. We probably want to play something like Carnage to destroy all these cards. That's probably the play. We could put a Nova over here as well. I think we definitely want to play Carnage there. They play a Green Goblin there as well. Unfortunately, I don't think we have a way to destroy that right now. But Carnage is going to destroy those, get us some power there. Their Hobgoblin is basically meant nothing, which is great. If we don't find a way to kill that Green Goblin, it's pretty rough for us. I think right now all we really have is a Sentinel, maybe a Squirrel Girl. We really need a Deathlock here, I think. Because right now we're really only fighting for the left and right locations. Our opponent has a Deathlock. Now, please draw Deathlock. Unfortunately, we don't. And we swap hands after this, which is pretty rough. How do we win this left location? I think we just have to hope our opponent has something for us. Now, if we play Moon Girl, we're doubling this up and we're actually giving that to our opponent, which is probably not the best play. Playing Sentinel adds a Sentinel to their hand. Bishop may be the right move. I think Moon Girl is the correct play, but it's pretty awful because we're just giving him a bunch of cards to play, but we need power. Actually, Moon Girl's going to give him 2 Sentinels for the same. So no, that's a very bad play. I think Bishop is the right one, but it's pretty awful. Because even I think we just have to play a Sentinel and the Bishop. But these are going to lose. I think that's about all we can do. It's not looking great for us. Our opponents played Armor and Cosmo. They do understand that we're swapping hands, I believe. Hopefully there's something good in their hand that can get us the win here. Let's see what we get. And we get Infinite, we get Professor X, we get Destroyer, we get Devil Dinosaur, which is great. Now, Destroyer, unfortunately, would destroy all of our cards, which does not help us. But a Devil Dinosaur would get us 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 power, which is potentially enough. Oof, it's tough. Our opponent has retreated. They know what's in our hand. We were looking pretty good. We basically gave them nothing useful. We had a lot of options there. We had a Professor X, which, we had the Devil Dinosaur. Unfortunately, we couldn't play Infinite. Destroyer, I'm trying to think how Destroyer wins us the game. I'm not entirely sure what our opponent thought our play was. Oh, sorry, we could play Destroyer here on the left because Cosmo would block his ability. Yes. So we play Destroyer. We get 16 power with no downside. We definitely had the win there. And our opponent knew that, so they retreated in time. Guys, that is the Destroy deck. The Destroy deck is fantastic. As you saw there, tons of power, even early on, with only pull 1 cards. That's the thing that you've got to get your head around. These pull 1 cards are fantastic, and they can take on these bigger, stronger decks with ease. Like, there is no reason that you can't be beating these stronger decks with pull 1. And the thing is, if you're starting with pull 1 cards, you're going to be coming up only against other pull 1, maybe pull 2 cards. So you're not even having to worry about these super strong, powerful decks. But when you do, you're going to be prepared to beat them anyway, which is just amazing. Guys, again, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. 86% of you are not subscribed, which is a staggering number. I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. It means a ton. And I mean, you're going to get tons of great Marvel Snap content coming into your feed. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.